Hello and welcome back to another episode of How Very Hannah. I am said person. I am Hannah, surprisingly enough. And it's a solo episode today, so enjoy. Roll the titles. Once upon a time, there was a stagey girl with a big dream. She hoped, dreamed, and prayed to work at Tesco. Wait, someone's written this script wrong. Can we get a redo?
Take two.
I dreamed a dream that one day I would hit the stage. And so it seems that dream has come true. Whoa, whoa. Oh my God, you guys, it's really happening. My life has been changed for the better, and I'm seizing the day and spinning into the spotlight. How very slay, it's giving queen. How very cringe, get out my scene. It's beginner's call, the stage is set for me. How very Hannah, how very Hannah, how very Hannah. That's the name for my podcast show and your front row. So how very Hannah, hit the lights. How very Hannah, that's too bright. How very Hannah, that's alright. How very Hannah. Change, okay, it's my podcast show. Let's go. Bum, bum. I wonder if I could play that theme tune on my pitch pipe. What key are we in? Anyone got the tune right here, right now?
2 seconds.
Shall I guess? Shall I try and guess the key? It's like, yeah. How very Hannah, ha, ha. No. No. Oh. Oh. How very Hannah. That's what I think it is.
You bang on.
No, I'm not.
I think so.
How very Hannah. No way! Oh my God, am I pitch perfect? How? I don't know. There's a hashtag and there's a B.
Shut.
Is that a B?
Sharp, I guess.
No, it's not a B like a uppercase B. It's I don't read sheet music. It's that. It's that.
Oh, so it's going to be a something sharp or something flat.
Yeah. So a C sharp
C sharp.
or a D flat. I don't know.
Yeah.
How very Hannah, or is it just the C? How? No, it's how. Wow. Well, I know my theme song better than I thought. How very...
You know your notes.
Better than I know my actual notes, yeah. Anyway, I'm here for a solo episode. I thought we'd just have a nice little catch-up. We would answer some questions and we would do maybe a little hotline or a confession with maybe a little special guest that we've got planned, who knows. So I thought I would just catch you all up on what has been going on recently. I've just, as we're recording this, had a week in Milton Keynes with Legally Blonde, which I wish I had other things to talk about, but a show like this, a contract like this, I mean, I think any musical theatre contract really is so consuming, and it's like, I don't have anything else to talk about other than Legally Blonde and the podcast, which is the only things I'm doing at the moment. But I'm not complaining about it because I genuinely sat there the other day and thought, if I could be in this show for the rest of my life, I would be happy. I'd never have to audition again. I would never have to have a first day of rehearsals ever again because I don't like the first day of rehearsals. I would be quite happy to do this for, I say the rest of my life, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but for the foreseeable. So let's hope we get extended. Let's put that into the universe, who knows. But I'm going to be in the show until December. I mean, until end of this year. I think that's when my contract's up until. I should probably check that. But I think our last venue is currently Brighton. And we're in Brighton for 3 weeks, which will be really nice. Anyway, we've just had a week in Milton Keynes. If you're keeping up to date with that, I know we're obviously a few weeks past that now, but if you're keeping up to date with all of the goings on of the Legally Blonde tour, I'd say Milton Keynes is probably one to remember. I'd say Milton Keynes is probably one to go down in the history books as maybe the most chaotic week I've ever had in a job. But do you know what? It actually because I'm only playing 2 parts, I'm doing Margot and Elle, it's actually not been as chaotic as it could have been. I think for the swings and people who are covering multiple tracks, it's been a crazy week for them. This week, there was 4 different people playing Margot, for example. It was me at the start of the week, and then it was Lauren, and then it was Ray, and then it was Emily. So they all absolutely smashed it, and it was so cool and so nice seeing everyone in the purple. I was like, yes. So yeah, it's been a crazy week, and I had my first mid-show swing on. Guys, when I was in 6, I heard about mid-show swing-ons, and you know how my brain works. Like, as a cover, the adrenaline that something like that gives you is like, it's like golden for us. And as much as it's never under good circumstances, someone potentially having to go off mid-show and there being cast changes mid-show and a showstop and stuff like that, it, as a cover, it's really exciting. It's scary, but as a cover, it's really you get to really use your abilities to their best, and it feels really nice to be able to like scratch that part of my brain that's like when your cover abilities kick in. Yeah, I switched from Margot to Elle after Serious, and then went on as Elle for What You Want. So luckily it was quite early on in the show, so I hadn't missed too much of the storyline or anything like that. Just, oh my God, you guys, in Serious. Someone backstage did say, oh, why don't we just go back to the start of the show and do it from the top? And I was like, no, don't. Let's not do that, because then, we're the whole audience are waiting even longer and stuff like that. So we started at What You Want. Everyone rallied round, and honestly, there's nothing like seeing every department just go, okay, cool, let's do this. It is crazy. Like the way the decision was made, and it was like, cool, let's get your wig off, let's get your mic off, let's change your costume. And we stopped the show for 23 minutes, and then the show restarted again with, I think, 4 people in different tracks. So I had swapped, several other people had swapped tracks, basically. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing to watch. And I think I'm so proud of the whole company for just like coming together and bringing that on. And, for an audience, it's not exciting, because it's something like that isn't exciting, but I think it's important for them to see sometimes that, we're all human beings and life happens, things happen, and it really takes a lot of people's hard work to be able to help the show continue. And I think this week was a lot of that. And I'm really proud of the whole team. And this is one of my days off, but we've had 2 days of no shows, no singing, just resting. My voice feels free already. And yeah, we had some concert versions happening, which I'm sure you've all heard about, which low-key, again, not great circumstances, but I had a great time. And it was really daunting and really scary, but the audience also were cracking up. They were cheering us on. They were on our side. And I think we needed that, to be honest, after the week we've had. And obviously, that isn't the show that people were expecting, nor that we were expecting. When we woke up that morning, we thought we were just doing a normal show too. But yeah, again, it was amazing. It was amazing to see. And I'm very proud of everyone for staying strong after a very draining, physically, emotionally draining week. Anyway, enough about that. What else have I got to update you on? Guys, my live show at the Garrick. When will that be when this episode comes out? In a couple weeks. So maybe there's no tickets left, but there might be tickets left. I'm doing a live podcast show at the Garrick. If you came to How Very Hannah Live last year, then you'll know what to expect at this type of show. But we're hoping to make it bigger and better. We're in the West End, baby. We're in the West End for the first time. And How Very Hannah is going to be live in the West End at the Garrick. I'm quite scared because there's a lot of seats in there to fill. And I want it to be like good vibes, good energy. I don't think there's any meet and greet tickets left. They are sold out. Let's put a big sold out sign on the screen. Sold out. But thanks, Ella. But we do have hopefully some tickets left if you'd like to come and watch. It's basically lots of fun, some singing, some dancing, some questions, some games, some chatting with guests, some surprise performances. And it's a one night only thing. It's not going to be the same show that you've seen if you've already seen How Very Hannah Live. We've got a brand new show coming to you. It's obviously still me. I'm not a brand new person. But, I'll have a different outfit on and I'll be saying different things. So get your tickets to that. We'll leave a link in the description. What else do I have to update you on, guys? it's really sad that Legally Blonde is just my whole life. I was thinking about this the other day, like, at what point do you get into a contract where you have to start auditioning for other things? And I'm really dreading that point, because it's like I'm already working 2 jobs, which we'll get into later. Like, auditioning on top of doing a show is like an extra job, especially if you're on tour, because, if you're in a West End show, say when I was in Six, for example, if I was in that and then auditioning down the road at Pineapple Dance Studios during the day, it's fine because it's 5 minutes down the road. Whereas if I'm in Aberdeen and they're like, hi, you've got an audition for something that starts the week after this contract ends, then you're traveling up and down the country to go to auditions and stuff like that. And it's just a whole added thing. And it's crazy that I'm thinking about what's next already. And I'm only 4 venues into this year-long tour, which is mental. This week, something exciting in the theatre world is they announced the dates for West End Live. I've never performed at West End Live. I've hosted, I've done backstage cam, I've done like behind the scenes interviews, but I've never performed or sung or danced or done anything like that on stage. So we're manifesting that this year. Actually, am I manifesting it? Because everyone says West End Live's a little bit cursed. Everyone says that performing at West End Live is really scary and really hard. But I would love to perform at West End Live. I think hopefully that's on the cards this year for Legally Blonde. But we're not sure because we have a break in the summer. So we have half of July and all of August off the show. We have a nice 2-month gap, 7-week gap in the middle. And then we come back in September. So watch this space for some exciting things coming in the summer. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're manifesting West End Live this year. What else is going on? It's the Olivier's soon. Will that have already happened by when this episode comes out? Potentially. So congrats to everyone who won. Hope you had a great night. Maybe I was there, maybe I wasn't. I hope I looked good if I was. And I hope I had a great time. And I hope I enjoyed my takeaway on the way home, which is what I always do. Because the Olivier's is always such a busy day that after the Olivier's, I'm like, I need fast food immediately. But hey, eat healthy, kids. But if you need a takeaway, grab a takeaway. Well, if it hasn't happened, I'm speaking to my future self. And have a great time, darling, if you get an invite. I'm still waiting for the invite, but hopefully it will land. Watch this space. Watch me sitting at home on the night of the Olivier's like, dang, nabbit. No, I'll probably have a show. Is it on a Sunday? I think it's on a Sunday. I am available, Olivier's, if you're watching. Hannah's Hotline. Oh, can you hear that? There's a hotline coming in. Hello.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, doll.
At what point do you decide that musical theatre might not be for you?
Great question. I'll get back to you on that because I've got the perfect person to answer it, actually. Hold the line. So, you might have heard me speak about her before. My manager, Lucy Stewart Adams, my social media manager, Lucy Stewart Adams, trained in musical theatre and is now a social media manager. Talent manager, social media manager. I don't even know what her job is. And do you know what? I'm glad that she's actually here to answer for herself. So introducing Lucy Stewart Adams. Woo! Hooray! Bam! She's here. So this is Lucy. Say hi to the pod.
Hello.
Lucy is my manager, which is weird saying that you're my manager because it's like, I don't know. We were just friends.
I know, it is weird.
So where did we first meet?
We
I
first
feel like
met
it was at
at the
Wimbledon.
press night of Heather's at Wimbledon.
What the heck? What a full
Was it
circle.
Heather's? I think it was.
Or something. Was it Waitress?
Wait. Were you at Waitress?
I was
Waitress
the-
was the first one. So
That's
yeah,
the first one I
maybe.
went to.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh. So Lucy was a content creator. Still are really.
Not really.
And we used to go to like press nights and stuff
Yeah.
together. So tell me about your musical theatre training.
Yeah, so I did a foundation at GSA and then I did degree at Erdang.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it, loved my training, had the best time. Graduated, was like everyone else, like, woo, let's do this. I did kind of graduate in the COVID world. Like my third year musicals were to an empty room, which was really fun.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
What were the musicals?
Bring it on.
Oh yeah, and you were
Skylar.
I decked Skylar's toothbrush and Campbell and something.
My name is
Skylar.
Skylar. I rock the book with pride. Yeah.
Probably
Too cool for you, so friend request denied.
I'm Kyler from Tyler. My real name is Ines. I love that soundtrack so
It's
much.
so good, isn't it?
I've never seen the show.
I have this random clip of me on TikTok that I posted of doing that bit, and like still to this day, like years later, it just gets like loads of likes and views every
Really?
week. So I think that sound is like really viral or something.
Yeah. So you did bring it on.
Yeah, I did bring it on, graduated, got the agent I really wanted. I was like, amazing, I'm going to be a star. Let's do this. And then I realized very, very quickly that, I don't know, I feel like I didn't digest the type of person you have to be to thrive in musical theatre. But I guess at 18 when you're in school, you don't really know that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure
There's no guidebook, is there?
No, like I'm sure you'd agree, like to enjoy a life being a performer, you have to be good at change. You have to be good at, you can stay up late at night. You have to sleep in the morning.
Yeah.
You have to like thrive being in different environments, like you being on tour, you're in a different place every week. Like you have to be able to be very adaptable.
Yeah, and it's unpredictable.
It's so unpredictable. And you also need to be able to like be at your muggle job in the day and then your agent call you and be like, you've got an audition tomorrow, you need to change all your plans for the next week and then off you go.
Yeah.
You have to be very good at that. And I learned very quickly
It wasn't for you.
Not at all. Like I'm the most type A, need a plan, need to know what's going on.
That's my girl. That's what I need.
That's why I'm a good manager.
Because I'm not that. I'm type C.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is that a
I'm
bit
just
of
going
both?
down the line. I'm like probably type F or something. I'm not type A.
Yeah, but I feel you're good at like you were talking about earlier with like when everything changed with Elle mid-show and you had to like change what the plan was and just do it.
Yeah.
You're very good at doing that.
Yeah.
Whereas like to me, that makes me feel deeply stressed. And like I like a plan, I like a routine, I like to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I like to know on Monday I'm here and on Tuesday I'm here and it kind of doesn't change much.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. Like to this person saying that they didn't, how do you know if it's not right for you? It's like for me, musical theatre was my dream and I was doing it to make me happy. And like you, it makes you so happy every single day. And it was actually just making me miserable. And I was like, why am I doing this? Like this is meant to be my passion and make me excited. And it's actually making
the joy
me
was-
really sad.
Yeah, and the joy was just going
Yeah, 100%.
for it. So when did you decide that you were going to start? Because you started doing, well, you were doing content through drama school as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I started by posting like about my auditions at drama school because when I was researching when I was on foundation, there was just nothing about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'll make these videos then.
Do you know what is so funny is we went to the Olivier's last year and I remember we were at the after party.
Yeah.
And what is so funny is a girl who I actually ended up working with on a workshop, Misa, I didn't know her, she didn't know me at the time. She came running up to us and like we both assumed that she was coming to speak to me. And she was like, can I just say, I love your videos. And I was like, oh, but she was talking to Lucy. And I was like, oh, yes, Lucy. Yes, I love your video. And I was so embarrassed because my head was obviously massive. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Obviously, it had to know.
And it wasn't about me, it was about Lucy. And I was like, I was immediately humbled. But like your videos obviously have been a great help for lots of other people.
I think people still use them like as a tool because they're obviously all
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah.
And I still get DMs now. Like, and I mean, I posted them 5 years
Yeah.
ago. So probably some of it's out of date now, but people still watch them because I just felt like that information wasn't out there and I wanted to learn about it.
Yeah.
But then that's why I've also wanted to like share about deciding not to do musical theatre because I think there's this, I don't know about you, but I think there's this big pressure of like,
Yeah, stigma.
if you don't do it, you've failed and you have given up and you are the worst. But like, it's not necessarily, I don't see it as failure. I see it as actually doing something that's making me happier.
Yeah, and also I feel like you learn so many skills at drama school, and I say this all the time. You learn so many skills at drama
Yeah.
school and auditioning, and you learn like resilience. You
Yeah.
learn working hard. You learn like so much
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
you can apply later in life,
Oh my
like
gosh.
to any type of career. I think there's like from my year at drama school, there's maybe like 3 people that are working directly in musical theatre.
Yeah.
One of the girls who I trained with at drama school, Beth Ann, she's like head of marketing at Candy
Yeah,
Kittens
we've
now,
worked
and like
with
we
her.
work with her now
Yeah.
on that. You know, like there's
Yeah.
so many different routes, and she's in charge of all of their like creative campaigns
Yeah.
and stuff like that because she's got a really creative mind
Yeah.
and like she's also very type A, I think.
Yeah.
And it's incredible that like it can lead you anywhere, really.
Yeah, the skills are like so valuable. Like I think people sometimes see, oh, you did a degree in musical theatre, like, oh, did you just learn singing and dancing? It's like, no, you learn so much more. Like I joke about it in the office with the girls, but I say like when I have a scary phone call or like I have to like put my big girl pants on and do something, like I genuinely act.
Yeah, it's
like I
acting.
write a script for myself
Yeah.
and I act on the call because I'm like, okay, I'm not Lucy just like chilling at home now. Like, no, I'm Lucy manager dealing with this, and
Yeah.
I genuinely think because of musical theatre that has helped me because I can like
Yeah.
put on the character.
You're using like really big words in meetings, and I'm sitting on the other side of the Zoom call like, what does that mean?
It's all an act. It's really all an act.
It's all an act.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm going to take that. So at what point did you, because obviously you did social media as well.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a hybrid of these worlds now, which feels perfect.
Yeah, so I kind of, when I graduated, I then went and worked in Laduca.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone who's watching this knows what Laduca is.
Everyone with those Laura boots.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably fitted them for you.
I've never had a
3-inch
pair
Laura
of Laura boots.
I can fit you, don't worry.
Can
I wonder
you?
if I still have the skills.
Do you want to try
We can
now?
go into the shop and do it.
No one needs to see my feet right now. They are so bad.
Yeah, ew, I used to touch so many people's feet. That's kind of gross. They had pop socks on. I wasn't touching their bare foot.
Sorry, I don't know what's worse, a barefoot or a pop sock. Sorry,
Yeah,
pop socks are an ick for
Yeah,
me.
they are.
Like just the little pop socks. Sometimes Nuno wears them with his like loafers.
Oh, no,
and
you're not
stuff, and I'm
outing
like,
Nuno.
oh, pop socks in the bin. Sorry.
So yeah, I did that. And then while I was there, I like did their social media while I was there. And then I also did like this audition coaching thing off the back of my YouTube videos. People wanted more advice. So I did like singing lessons and monologue suggestions and all these kind of things. So, and that was kind of meant to be a summer project. And then I kind of accidentally did it for like 2 and a bit years.
Yeah.
And then I always loved social media. Like, and that's why I started posting on
And
YouTube.
you're very good at it, yeah.
Thank you.
That's okay.
And you're quite good yourself.
Thanks. I'll take it.
We're a good team.
Yeah.
And then I like always watched the Brit Crew and all that. And I was so interested by Gleam and what they were doing. And I was so interested by like the behind the scenes. Gleam were the people who managed like Give Us Our Bellas and stuff. And then I followed Verity, who owns TBH that I work for. And then I saw she was advertising for a job. I applied for loads of jobs at like, what it was called Margot at the time, YMU, all these kind of places. No one gave me an interview. That's fine. No hard feelings. Don't worry. No hard feelings. And then, yeah, Verity, I think my role at the time was community assistant. And then, yeah, I saw on Verity's LinkedIn that she'd done theatre studies and English, I think was her degree at uni. And I was like, great, I can talk to her about musical theatre. Incredible. And I basically just talked to her about theatre for the whole interview, somehow managed to convince her to give me a job. I'd given myself like a deadline of, I think the following September, I wanted to have a job that wasn't musical theatre. And I actually started the job in the January. So I never made it to the September. But yeah, and I just haven't looked back. Like, and I think it's so cool. Like, obviously with working with you, I still am part of that like theatre world in a way. So many of my friends are still involved in that world. And I just feel like I'm in it in a way that is more fulfilling to me. And I think there's so many jobs that relate to the creative industries and relate to the theatre world that don't mean you have to be a performer. You can still get
100%.
involved with it.
And like also for me personally, having Lucy as my manager is like, you're like my guardian angel.
Oh,
Sorry, that was so cringe.
that's really cute.
But like the way that you understand my world, because for me, like balancing two careers, essentially, they do go hand in hand nicely, but they are two separate
It's a
things.
lot.
And it's essentially two full-time jobs that I'm doing at the same time. And having someone who understands the theatre side of it as well is so beneficial for me. And, you know, I've had things happen in the past where it's been like, maybe not as much understanding as how, yes, I've only got a show at 6 p.m, but I have all this other stuff to do that day. And like, I'm in rehearsals for 3 hours, so I can't get back to you. And it's like, you have so much understanding of that because you get it and you've been in that world. So like, I personally think that this is the perfect partnership.
Yeah, it is.
And I have loved working with TBH. And
Why are you leaving?
No,
I have.
And I would like to tell you that I am leaving. I'm going solo. I'm riding solo as Jason. Sorry, I was doing Jason Derulo and you were doing High School Musical. I'm more on this. See, we're a great match. That's actually more my vibe. They've been amazing for me. And like, I think I love both parts of my career.
Yeah.
Obviously, musical theatre is what I've trained for my whole life. And that's my passion. That's what I love. But the social media stuff and connecting with people and being able to have my own creative platform, to be able to have this, like that is so fulfilling for me as well. So to be able to feel supported in doing both of those at the same time is incredible. And we also, like, in this world, we just don't know the time limits on anything really. Like, you know, when COVID happened, all the theatres closed down, everyone turned to social media. The other I mean, last year they said TikTok was going to close down and everyone was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my
Yeah.
career. And it's like, so to be able to have 2 careers, not to fall back on, because obviously neither of them are fallbacks.
But I think we scale them up and scale them down depending on what
Yeah,
you're doing,
it's
right?
very
Like,
much like this.
last year was super on the social media side. Like
Yeah.
we launched all this, like we did the tour, like because you weren't in a full-time contract. And then
Yeah.
this year with Legally, it's like, how do we refine
Yeah,
that
it's just,
balance?
it's balancing.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act.
It really is.
But I feel so well supported. And I think that
Aw.
is not only down to your musical theatre knowledge, but just like Lucy's the type A that I need in my life. And like, even shout out to Ella as well. Ella behind the camera. Ella does all the editing for the podcast, for the vlogs. She's fantastic. And the reason why I love working with Ella so much, I feel like you should come and sit down too, Ella.
Yeah.
The reason why I love Ella, working with Ella, is because she is a musical theatre fan. She loves theatre. She knows what's
Yeah.
going on in the world. She knows. So when when Ella's editing all the vlogs and stuff, like she knows.
She gets the context.
She gets it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about her like she's not sat right there taking
It takes
photos.
a village. It really does.
It really does take a village.
Like a show, I
And
guess.
Yeah, it is like a show. This is a show.
Yeah.
BBC hit us
Podcast
up. And I feel like we've managed to like create something as a team and get all the right people around us that, I don't know, like we all just love it.
Yeah, it's really great.
And we're passionate about it. And I think that really shows, like when you're passionate about an industry or about something specific, I think it's great.
I think it's really great.
So thanks for the question. Did you like the answer? Yeah, they loved it. They love you,
thanks.
as do I.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Do ya. So before I let you go back to like
Typing away.
Teams,
Teams, ew.
Teams calls or something.
Slack.
Oh, you Slack. Sorry.
Teams is like so corporate.
Sorry, I thought Teams was just like Google meetings and stuff.
No, that's like Microsoft.
Oh,
Ew.
what? Type F. So yes, before you go back to Slack or something, if you were still in musical theatre, what would be your dream role?
My dream role forever and ever for my whole life had always been Millie and Thoroughly Modern Millie. Love, like, for my whole life. I'm obsessed with Sutton Foster. Like, yeah, that was always a dream. But I do have an agreement with Verity, who's my boss, of if Brave turns into a musical and comes to the West End and I get cast as Merida, I can have a sabbatical to go do it.
I'm dead. Will you be able to do both? Maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll do a Hannah Lowther.
Yeah, and I can manage. No, you don't need. I don't need to manage anyone right now.
We'll get Alex to manage me.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can see that for you. Brave the musical.
Yeah, Merida.
And
Be great.
Lucy's actually Scottish as well.
Absolutely. Should we do the rest of the episode like this?
How on earth do you switch like that?
Because I used to talk like this for my whole life.
Whenever Lucy's on the.
Lucy.
Whenever Lucy's on the phone to her mum, she always talks in a Scottish accent.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
do.
like, she's like code switching.
I'm like bilingual, but of accents.
just accent lingual. Accent lingual.
That's like such a rubbish way to be.
Okay, so if anyone out there is producing the musical version of Brave, then
us
Lucy is free and available to take a sabbatical.
Yeah, Hannah's my acting agent.
Yeah. Let me know. There'll be if you just email hello@howrehannah.com with your inquiries.
I'll send you my self-tape.
Yeah, and we will get her sides over to you ASAP. Thanks, Lucy.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you all so much for watching this episode. I hope you liked Lucy's little cameo there. Let me know, as always, in the comments, or you can send your questions, your confessions to hello@howrehannah.com. Anything specific you want to see, any specific musical theatre, TV, film superstars that you want to see on here. Leonardo DiCaprio, easy, we could get him on. Just let us know who you want and we'll do it. Yeah? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us wherever you get your podcast. And I'll see you next week. Bye.